All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome in. We'll give people a few minutes to join, and then we'll get started. Let me know if you can hear me fine. What's up, Alpo? What's up, X Vipers? We're getting back into the normal stream schedule. Double voice. That might just be on your end. We'll see if anyone else says it. I'm not doing anything different than usual. What's up, Yanal? I know I've been doing more recorded videos recently. Sound is gone. I think I might have just not been talking. What's up, Will? Okay. No double voice. Okay, cool. What's up, Axel? Sound is okay? Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I know I've been doing more recorded videos recently. It seems like there was a lot of good feedback on the short like 5-10 minute videos. I know you guys like those quite a bit, which I still plan to do some of those. I just think, doing a live stream every now and then is fun because we get that interaction, and the Q&A aspect that we don't necessarily get otherwise. More JunoBot. I've still been compounding my Juno bag. It's honestly had a pretty decent recovery. I was going to pull it up later in the stream, but nice bounce off the lows. And like with everything else, like this daily structure, it's honestly solid compared to like Bitcoin, kind of just chopped upwards. It looks more like Ethereum's daily structure, but bounced even. Actually, they probably were pretty similar. Yeah, give or take. But yeah, structure looks pretty solid. All right. Driving can interact. Well, still good to have you here, Luch, and I will try and describe as much as I can for those that are listening but not watching as closely. All right. I know I haven't been doing as many streams recently, and also not on the most consistent schedule, so that's probably why we'll have less people in here than usual. But I say let's jump into it. For those that show up later, they can always go back and rewatch the portion that they missed. So I want to start out by talking about SPX. I'll run through a few things I'm looking at / want to talk about, and then we can do some Q&A. Probably going to be around a 25-30 minute stream today, but I'll talk about all this stuff. Probably won't be watching. Yeah, fewer people. Thanks, Humphrey. Okay, so let's do it. SPX hit the area of interest that I had been watching. Took out these equal highs right into this little liquidity gap, whatever you want to call it, FVG, I know some people call it, and we've sold off pretty hard from that level. The whole move has been a little discouraging for crypto. Well, Ethereum did pretty well, but in terms of structure, crypto looks so much more weak than equities, right? Like we're trading essentially at the April 18th low, or that's as high as crypto got, or sorry, as equities got, and I'm pretty sure that's around like 30K on Bitcoin. So it's basically the lows right around here. Equities traded up to this consolidation. which is 40K. I think 3K for Ethereum, right? Yeah, so this consolidation here. So crypto definitely a lot weaker on the recovery than equities, which isn't what I would have anticipated. But I think that just goes to show how much weakness there is in the crypto market. Shout out Darcy. Have a great day at school. I hope you make some good friends. And I hope your dad makes some money trading the crypto markets. So shout out to you, Darcy. Back bullish 2024. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes. But I still think we could have some bullishness like end of this year around when midterms are, because I think the Democrats are going to get absolutely smoked if equities don't rally more, which, hey, that might happen. But I don't even think they'll put up a fighter's chance unless things rally a bit more. But anyway, a lot of weakness in crypto. S&P, nice bounce, took out these equal highs, hit that gap a little bit, and now we're coming back down. So the most obvious near-term support would pretty much be the origin of this move, right? Somewhere in here, 3,900. And then that's where you want to see if... Let me get my drawing tools. Here we broke structure, right? Broke above that high. This is where you want to see if it can put in a higher low before another push up. They fixed this yet? Let's go. They fixed it. My last two videos, the undo button was really messing me up. So that's the area I would watch on equities. I think we could get some bounces before that. However, it's not looking great, right? So my overall bias, I will say, is that we see more downside, and we'll talk about that more as we get into the equity side of things. But that doesn't mean there won't be some bounces along the way, and I kind of think if we sweep all these stops here, then we could get a near-term bounce, and I'm not sure if that's just going to be a lower high here, or I do think it's still possible that we come up and sweep this high. So a couple scenarios we're watching for on SPX, but I'm not betting on us coming up to sweep this level. But let's say we do come down and then start to trend up a little bit, take that out and reject. I will be shorting as much crypto as I can, because that would be quite the top signal for me. So if SPX comes and sweeps 43.20, give or take, which, once again, I'm not expecting it to do that. This isn't a prediction that we do get that. All I'm saying is, if that happens, I will be looking to build quite a bit of short exposure across crypto. So now that we have that out of the way, let's dive into the weeds of Bitcoin and Ethereum a little bit. Not much to look at with Sol at this point. Ethereum's trading a bit more cleanly. We are in a range that I would probably say something like this, right? That would have a pretty clean mid-range too. Here, I'll just draw it with the range tool. Hold on. Delete that guy. Right, mid-range, pretty nice interaction. Resistance here, support here, resistance here. This time it kind of went below, reclaimed it, and pushed to the range highs. Swept that high, and now it's kind of a wait and see. If this breaks down, I will absolutely be looking for some shorts. I think you could enter a short here, but it's a little bit more risky. I do think it's possible that we come up and sweep this high again, because if we look at the 4 hour real quick, and also there's some nice confluence with the monthly open, so let me mark that out. And also I'm going to mark out Monday's range. Monday's range, and I'm going to change this to the normal range that I use. Now I'll make it look a little cleaner. Actually, that honestly looks more messy. I'm going to delete that one. monthly open as well as this 4-hour consolidation, right? That's all lining up really well. So a sweep of this high into that level, that's the short setup for me. Or we might not even do that. It might just be like, okay, I'm ready to drop down from here. If we break below this level, not only do we get a near-term break in structure, right? Because here it's maintaining higher lows, higher highs, whatever. However you want to mark it exactly. But if we break below there, that would be a break in low time frame structure. Retest of Monday's high. You get short, stop loss here, target here. So that is one of my higher conviction, actionable trade setups that I'm looking for right now. Okay, the other one, shout out to Rexproof. What's good, Rexproof? I think you must have boosted the stream because we just got a bunch of viewers. So good to have you here. And welcome to all of Rexproof's homies. So actionable setup I'd be looking for here. Break below Monday's high. Break in structure. Retest. There's our short setup. 2.3R. There you have it. Additionally, if we do get the spike above this high and the sweep into the monthly open, right? If this ends up bouncing here, sweeps that, I would be looking for getting short after the sweep happens. So I don't know exactly where it would be. Target would be the same. And I would put my stop loss above this 4-hour level. Once it started breaking down though, right? So if we do this, after it breaks down, probably this level, right? If that happens, then I think you can move your stop down to the high of the sweep and start reducing risk like that. So those are the two main short setups I'm looking for on Ethereum. I think Ethereum is trading quite a bit more cleanly. Humphrey, don't get on me for my grammar again. It's trading a lot cleaner than Bitcoin. And so that's why I'm more specifically looking for trade setups on Ethereum. And also, ETH has been running hot for a while, right? I mean, ETH BTC is still absolutely in a bull market. We've got this big old range on ETH. Deviation there, deviation here. And now we're back at the range high. Like ETH BTC has been killing it. This is since May 2021. So this is like over a year of price action. And specifically since July, or actually I would say since June of this year, so the last 2.5 months, Ethereum has been absolutely ripping. Now, I think that it probably starts to cool off a little bit, right? ETH BTC is bounced up 66% off the lows. And I think we might get a little bit of mean reversion there, right? We had this rejection. Hasn't quite retested the point of the breakdown, but even if it does, maybe ETH outperforms a little bit, but then sells off. And because of that, I think that's another reason why Ethereum could be the one to short. So not only is the price action cleaner, but I think we could get more of a sell-off. If ETH BTC goes down, that means Ethereum will drop more violently than Bitcoin is dropping. And that means that's the one that you would want to be shorting. The entire time, not ETH per, I want ETH BTC. Ethereum has been the one to long, like the whole last 2 months, this entire bounce. Ethereum has been the play on the bullish side, right? Because Bitcoin kind of just like chopped upwards. It didn't really have any huge trending moves. I mean, this was a nice impulse and this one, but other than that, it was more choppy. And so Ethereum was the better long, and now I think Ethereum will probably be the better short. Your grammar's perfectly fine. Thanks, man. Humphrey's just messing around. He's one of my friends. We've shared some beers together. It was a good time. Okay. So that's kind of where we're at. So either way, whichever way Ethereum pushes from here, right? If it comes up again, sweeps the high, I'm looking for a short setup. If this breaks below Monday's high, we're looking for a short setup. Right, so those are kind of the two scenarios I'm watching. I know both of them lead to downside, but I would need to see a little more. I would need to have a little bit more convincing to enter longs. Boryoku fam, what's up? And that would, I mean, for me to be more bullish, I guess if Bitcoin does break above this level, this is last month's range that we're working with. Hold on, let me delete some of this other stuff because I think the recency of this level is important, right? And you can see how important this level has been for a while. So this region as a whole, it was resistance back here, flipped to support, held here for a little bit before a quick deviation, ripped above, and initially on this dump, it was some support, right? You can see we had some pretty good buyback, but then it broke below resistance this entire time. So if Bitcoin can get above this level, I think we will get some nice mean reversion to like 23K. I'd be watching both of those levels. So that's what it would take for the long scenario. Akumu Dragons. Yeah, we love the Dragon fam. I got my TA channel in the Dragons Discord where I try and keep you guys up to date. Salami TA, I can look at that afterwards. Saw you created this account in 2018. Have you been trading since then? I've been trading since 2017, but I just used like my personal account on Twitter, and then I was like, you know what? I should probably have a crypto-based one. So then I made this trading account. So if Ethereum breaks above the monthly open, then I think that would kind of be the flip side of it, but I would tread lightly into that trade, just because it could look like it's flipped the level, right, and then break below, and then that's our short setup once again. So that'd be a little iffy. I would prefer and think it'd be a little bit more clean if we just had a spike up, quick rejection, we get short, no questions asked, easy. When do I do lives? It kind of switches up. Recently, people have been enjoying the shorter videos, like just where I record a 5-10 minute video and upload it. But if a lot of people want to see, I would trade lightly. Yeah, there you go. But if a lot of people want to start seeing more streams again, then we can do that too. All right, we'll look at Sol because you guys all love Sol. Little rough, right? I mean, this is a pretty clear break in structure when we broke down from here. If we somehow bounce up to like this region, I think that's a pretty obvious short. It's a bummer because we had been tagging 47 so many times, 47, 48 so many times, and was hoping for that level to break so that we could get a nice move above it. Almost transparent candles on white background. Why you gotta do us like that? Is that better? I can make it a little darker. Some of my lines will show up funny, but what's up, Spaniardo? Welcome. Yeah, so Sol from a higher time frame picture doesn't look great. I think a bounce up to the low 40s would probably be a short. We would just need some things to change across the market for me to be really bullish on this. We've been rugged. Arian. Yeah, Arian's my friend, and he has a he had a good a chart theme that I liked, so I just named it that. One of my trading buddies. So Ethereum's starting to bounce a little bit. We'll see if we get that sweep. I would prefer the sweep of this high as the trade setup as opposed to the break below Monday's high, just because I think we could get a little bit better of an entry. Yeah, I'm with you, Kyle. I'm not sure if I'm fully understanding the question. Looking for a short around 36.5. Let me pull up some levels on here. Yeah, I mean, if it sweeps Monday's high, I think that would be a nice short setup. Maybe if we get this move up here, Sol could be a little extra strong for us, and then we can get short on that too. I'm kind of with you though. I think 40 is like too obvious of a level to bounce to. And I think like that would be a pretty crowded trade. The more likely short would probably just be front running that, coming up here, maybe sweeping that, maybe not going that high. I guess I need to change the color of that too. Which exchange do I use? That reminds me, because I forgot to do this at the beginning, but shout out to Bybit. They're the sponsors of my streams and my short videos that I upload. I have a link down in the description if you want to check them out, but I use Bybit for leverage trading, for spot. They've got a lot to offer there. And they've been adding a bunch of coins too, which has been pretty convenient. What's the best advice you would give to a trader who entered the market at the peak and is now at a loss? Manage your risk and don't try and revenge trade to make it all back really quickly. It's going to be a slow grind. Trading isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, and it takes a lot of discipline and dedication over a long period of time. And so I would say develop some rules, stick to them, and don't over-risk trying to get it all back really fast, because that'll probably just lead to you losing more. You literally put a huge logo of them and I missed it. No worries, man. BNB? Well, my friend RecProof told me to short BNB, so that's all I got for BNB. BNB, actually pretty clean, right? Because on Ethereum, it front ran that level slightly. But BNB tagged this consolidation, and now we're kind of just chopping around just below this level. Like if you could draw a pretty clean triangle on this, or whatever you want to draw, right into this obvious SR level. And you can see with these upper wicks, like every little bounce is just getting absorbed by the market and getting shorted or sold. And so I would say once this starts to roll over a little bit, it could come down pretty fast. And I would be targeting like this low, retesting this consolidation right there. And if we zoom out even more, I mean, we've got some nice lows here that want to get rated. I know this isn't the normal color I use for marking liquidity, but all right. So if this consolidation breaks down, stupid magnet, I think you could see somewhat of a bounce here at like 288, but then I think a nice objective for price would be mid 270s. What's the best way to use stop losses? Hard stop loss always being hunted. I mean, unless you're trading like insane size, I don't think you're actually getting hunted. I think your stop loss might just not be in a proper spot. I use hard stop losses for the most part, like when I can't be around. I always have an invalidation for your trade, right? Like know when you need to get out of it. But whatever works for you, right? Like if you'd rather sit at your desk and manage your trade and not have the order in, but if it hits a certain level, cut it. But you need to be disciplined with that. Leverage trading on Bybit in the US. I travel around quite a bit. I've KYC'd my Bybit with my German passport, so I won't recommend doing anything you're not supposed to. Yes, it's being recorded. Do I prefer swing trading or day trading / scalping? I would say day trading and swing trading. I would say scalping is like 5-10 minute trades, and I just don't really do that. All right, so that's the view on BNB. I think for the most part we've got all our plans set. Ethereum is what I'm going to be watching the closest. The two trade setups we're looking for are a sweep of this high into the monthly open and into this 4-hour level, or a break below Monday's high, right? Danke, bitteschön. We need a German stream. I don't know if there's enough interest. What's the minimum amount of capital you need to be a full-time trader? There is a lot of nuance to that. Invite RecProof to my stream. We've been wanting to do a joint stream for a while. I'm open to it whenever he wants. RecProof's a good guy. Hung out with him a couple times. Thanks for being kind and understanding. No problem, man. People helped me out when I was new, and so now I kind of want to pay it forward and help out everyone else who's new. As far as the minimum capital question, though, I wouldn't say go full time unless you have like multiple years of living expenses saved up. Have never gotten an invite, don't lie to them. Because if you're like trying to pay your month-to-month expenses with trading, you're always going to have good months and bad months, or good weeks and bad weeks. And I think trading, the mental side of trading, gets a lot harder if you're solely relying on that to pay bills and things like that. Did I learn to trade from RecProof? I've picked up a few things from him over time, but we got into trading around the same time, I think, around 2017. And both kind of learned, and then I think we started talking a lot like 2019 or something, and just throwing ideas back and forth. I've been able to learn a thing or two from him. Maybe he's learned a thing or two from me. Doubt it. He would say no. I'm just kidding. Yeah, and also the amount to be a full-time trader depends on what your lifestyle is, right? You need to find out how much money you need to make, and you need a lot of data back up your what you feel comfortable being able to make in a month, and know that there's going to be variance with that. Where have I been? I've just been posting recorded videos instead of streaming. Macro TA on BTC. Yeah, I mean, it's tricky, right? Because I think if equities pull back to like here, like even if equities don't make a new low, if they just pull back to here and end up going up and they put in a higher low, I think Bitcoin comes down further. I don't think we're going to survive a 7% drop and not break the lows. That doesn't mean it needs to go crazy low, or maybe a bunch of crypto strength will show up. But if that sell-off happens with equities, I would probably assume us to maybe take out those lows. I don't know how far it'll go down though. I think the most ideal scenario would be if we can just start trading in a range like this, like equity sell-off, okay, we come down, take the lows, bounce, and just build a really strong base right here. Because if we look at a chart with more history, we'll do a 3-day. You definitely need to, like, this doesn't look like a long-term bottom to me, right? It takes a lot of time. Like this bottom took 130 days. If we look at that, we're like halfway through that. And so I think just like chopping around for months would build a strong base to the point where maybe things start to look better, and then you push up, and then all of a sudden this becomes really strong support because you've spent months building it. So, but I do think like we could wick below this current low and then wick above this high and just like trade in this range to build that. Man, I would love to decouple, but actually I wouldn't. Not right now. I mean, well, maybe right now. We've been decoupled and it has not worked out great recently. Well, Dixie, unless this ends up being a fake out. No, thank you. Not right now. Unless this ends up being a fake out. The dollar just broke out from a, is that 8-year consolidation. So I wouldn't just fade this out of the blue, but if it did break back down, like I'm not predicting this to happen, but if it does break below here, then that could be good for asset prices. But keep in mind, like I just said, this just broke out from a 8-year range. So I'm about to start a Wendy's shift. What a guy. So, all right, I think that pretty much covers it. If either of these trades start to trigger, also flashbang. If either of these trades start to trigger, then I'll post something on Twitter. But until then, appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you, Wrecked Proof, for sending some people here. Hope they enjoyed it. Looks like we might be getting this set up if this pump continues a bit. And I'll be watching Monday's high on Sol, which is 36.50. And we'll go from there. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Shout out to Bybit. If you want to check them out, link in the description. If you sign up and deposit, that basically lets Bybit know that it's worth it to have me continue to do these. So